me just do this for the podcast here. Ugh.
Your call has been forwarded to a voicemail service that has not been initialized by the customer you are calling. The customer you are calling is not available at this time. When you reach the customer at a later date, please remind the customer to access their voicemail and initialize their mailbox. Thank you.
He hung up on me! Isn't this so interesting, people listening at home?
Would you eat a flame? Then don't eat Takis Fuego!
Hey, don't listen to this Takis ad because we're not sponsored yet. We're not sponsored yet.
Oh, boy.
Oh, get ready, boys. Get ready for this. See, this is what the boys are missing out on. Today we're doing some ASMR. I have a song for all of you to listen to. I wanted this to be our song for the commercial. This is what I wanted the song to be. No, it's more. This is what I wanted the song to be for the actual commercial. I feel dumber inside.
What was that?
If you're watching this, then it's clear that you're depressed.
Pedro, I'm on the couch now. I'm the host.
You have to sit alone.
I'm the host.
Should I get stuff from my bag? I got my...
Yeah, there's a prop table. We made a prop table now. We upgraded the set a little bit. Get your.
Do I remind you of Trinity?
Finders keepers.
Finders
I used to play this entire time.
Yeah, it's kind of bony, but that's okay.
Okay, Sage, move over. Kev, move over. Elliot, on the couch. No, this way.
No, if we go that way, then I can get Mike. Yeah, I'm the host.
Kev, on the end.
Yeah, move over.
Outside.
Kev, on the end. Elliot's next to me. Hey, you mind taking my phone and plugging it in?
And his glasses.
Actually, okay, guys, we're for a new rule on the podcast. I'm gonna be confiscating all of your phones because we get I was watching the recording and a lot of us are just on our phones.
Hey, I have it on my phone.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
Yeah, no, you haven't.
Put your phones in the bag.
No.
I'm going to foreign market.
Guys, put your phone in Ellie's bag, please.
No.
It's playing JoJo music. You know about the fight music.
Look at that, though. Isn't that beautiful?
All right, don't move your weight too much on this thing. It'll snap.
Good. It's beautiful, huh?
Hey!
Don't worry. You can't.
I just bought a $50
Yeah, Ken, I just
set of
did.
new earbuds.
I
Nice.
just pushed you, didn't I?
Amazon.
Confused.
Yeah.
Clap in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You were a little bit preemptive there.
No, I wasn't.
Premature,
You're
man.
mistaken.
A little bit premature, man.
You make me feel shy.
Okay, so we're gonna start the podcast in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome everyone to the Scuffed Podcast, episode 2 of rehearsals. We're here with Gus,
Yeah, hell yeah.
Pedro,
Hey.
Kevin,
Okay.
Adrian.
Can we do this in order?
What's the order?
I don't know, just not.
I think this is the order.
and Elliot.
Yeah.
And I'm I'm the host as always, with my co-host too. I can't exclude you guys. You guys are always here with me. We're missing Ed this week, right? We're missing Ed. Wherever he is, I hope he's listening.
He's dying.
He's with Stan Lee now, boys. Okay, well, today we don't really have much topics like we did last week, so we're going to...
Alrighty? No, that's preemptive, Kevin.
No, it's not just the end of the episode, it's the end of the whole show.
We never do it again. We never talk to each other again.
No, we're not friends anymore, guys.
All right.
No, I hate you all.
Wait, in that case, I'm going to destroy some of you for my money.
Yeah. Well, today we're just gonna go off on different rants, just talk about different
Rants
stuff.
about what?
So we're gonna start it off with the first thing I wanted to talk about was I watched this thing on Snapchat, like it was a kind of show, and the premise of it was when you're born, the day you were born, you're given the date that you die. What would the world be like if it was like that?
Honestly,
Bro, these,
That'd actually be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You
Like-
actually.
You like plan for your death.
Now here's the thing: is it like the day that you die? Like if you weren't like let's say you fell off of your bike and broke your neck and died. Is it that day, or is it just like if you were to live inside a basement perfectly healthy, the day you die, that's the day?
So do
I guess-
basically
I think it's just the day you die in general.
I think it's no, like you can die before that if for an accident, but I think it's the day you know you'll physically die. You don't know how you're gonna die,
Your
but
body
you
will
know you're
just-
going to die. There's no way you can get out of it.
You know what? I think there'd be a lot of chaos. Because then if people living their last day, going around doing whatever the hell they want, killing people and whatnot.
Party all like last day, right?
The day before you die, you just-
until the day you die. You're
What?
theoretically immortal until the day you
No,
die.
you
right?
can
No.
die before.
You can die before. You can get hit by a car or
So
something.
this is your natural death.
Okay.
Natural.
Okay,
death.
that's
Natural
different
death.
then.
The day of the
that's
natural
very
death.
different.
So like it could be like when you're born, you could just be like, oh, he's gonna live till 18 years, and it could just be really sad, but it would get the grieving out of the way. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people, like let's say my parents had me, and it says, oh, he's gonna die at 16. My parents would get over it by the time
That
I'm
would
5.
build for a heartless society. Like, think about it. Like, in an actual sense, think about it. Like, nobody would have any like form of emotion to that.
No, I have no
Right?
death.
You'd
Death
all-
would just be. It would be a more accepted part of life.
It's
More
like
accepted.
you just
Yeah.
bought the new Mario Kart game, and
Your parents
like
just
you
wouldn't
know
buy
it's coming out.
But
You know you're dying. It's just
No, but your parents just wouldn't buy you anything because they know you're gonna die. So like, yeah.
No, wait. Does
Wouldn't
that
it-
also tell the parents if they're going to have a miscarriage or not?
No,
It's when you're born.
well, no,
right?
it's when you're
It's the day you're born.
Yeah.
You're given.
Okay, yeah.
It's like an expiry
The
date.
physical moment you are out, then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
wouldn't
what
that
if you're
suck
like
to get a
me and you
job?
forget about this day? Is it like
Well,
something
then-
like
well,
somehow
yes.
that it constantly tells you?
Yes.
Like
The
move
government
more to
holds the
the
information.
how
Yeah,
like you
so
can
to
see
the-
No, like turn a bit. No, Gus, move your chair a bit. Like yeah, that way, perfect. So we can see more and back up a little bit so that
So-
camera can get
You
Adrian.
look thinner now.
Okay, so I just completely forgot what it is. Yeah, so so are you only shown it when you're born?
Yeah, no, it's the day they give you. The doctors bring you out of the room. They give you to your mom, and they say, okay, here's his birth certificate,
So
and
it's
here's the
on.
day he's going to die. Yes.
Okay.
But if you
I
forgot,
thought this was like a mental.
I don't know how they could actually see that. I don't know how they could perceive that.
It seems pretty fictional.
It's
It
a
is
legal
very
document that
fictional,
the
but-
government comes up with.
Yeah, it's like the government just puts a chip in your head and just it fries you at that
Yeah.
age.
Get a
you
job.
already know too much.
You're going for a job interview, and they're like, no point hiring you because you've only got 1 year left.
But still, you can benefit that company for 1 year. It
Yeah.
wouldn't be very discriminative. I think you'd still be included. Your parents would still buy stuff for
Well,
you.
your life would have
Well,
no value.
Your life would have, it still would have value. It
Not
just, you
really.
just, no, it would. Your life would have value. It's just you're going to die.
Imagine though.
Because
you're-
everyone's going to die, but we just never know when.
Right, so it's like your last day, right? You're partying. Imagine you go like to an amusement park. You're on a roller coaster, just out of nowhere. You just like drop.
You suddenly get baby neck and you're just.
But you know,
Dude,
that's another
if
thing
I
too.
knew the day I was dying and I was in like a decent condition, I'd be doing all sorts of crimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and
I
that's-
guess you could have that point, but the show has more of a positive aspect. Like, he's just trying to, do the best he can. He had a woke funeral. Like,
Yeah, but I'm just talking about me.
well,
Oh,
woke.
Team review.
Yeah, he had a woke funeral. He read out his last will before. You get to prepare for this kind of
Does
stuff.
it give you a time?
No, it gives you the date. You don't never know when you're going to die. You could wake up at 3 a.m. and just pass out dead.
So like the second it
You
hits
could- yeah.
12, you could just die.
Yeah, but there's no way you could live past midnight on that day. There's no possible way. You never know when you're gonna die, but there's no way you could live
The
past
thing
midnight.
is there'd probably be a lot more man. Because let's say, right, you have a weapon of mass destruction. You're about to die. You're gonna be like, yeah, might as well release it. So that'd be pretty bad.
I don't think anybody with a real conscience, unlike you people.
So that's, well, if you already have a weapon of mass destruction, let's be real here. You don't got a conscience.
Yeah, but where are you getting one?
I
Well,
mean,
if you're like Kim
hydrogen
Jong-un.
bombs, you can make them in your house.
Are you?
Yeah.
We're gonna not talk about
Yeah,
making
we could do a
houses.
segment on that. Bombs at home hardware.
Let's move off of that.
Dude.
All
yourself.
right.
Zares too.
Next.
Zares has all this stuff.
Yikes.
Okay, so
Alright,
we also talked about in a little bit before the show. We wanted also to talk about how's everyone thinking about the Borderlands 3 release.
I want first. word.
Honestly, couldn't care
Okay,
less.
we're gonna let Adrian rant about it a little bit because I know he's the biggest Borderlands fan here.
One, the storyline, phenomenal. Okay, like it had a good story. The middle part was okay. I didn't really like. What's the other word? Antagonists.
Yeah,
I didn't really like them, but Tyrene was okay. The final fight was good, but what's the word I'm looking for? The gunplay, amazing. Best of the Borderlands series. Only thing that would make it better, and this is a popular thing, like belief, is skipping cutscenes. Otherwise, it's a really good game.
You don't get to skip.
No, you
cutscenes?
have even if you play the game again, you have to go through all the cutscenes.
But the cutscenes
Oh,
like
that
are the cutscenes long?
They can go from like 30 seconds to
yeah.
5 minutes.
Okay.
But it's still good, and man, if you've seen the ending, you know what I mean. It's just amazing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. How many hours do you think you've sunk
I've
into?
only put about maybe 30 into Zane, and now I'm playing Amara. Sorry, Frankie. I know I was supposed to wait for you, but you didn't get online for two weeks, so I just kind of went ahead. I'm almost done the game again,
Again.
and I plan on beating it in every mode with every character.
Yeah. Well,
That is.
there's
Lord have mercy on my soul.
that's Adrian for you. He's a very big Borderlands fan. I actually want to go through because all of us here are gamers. We all really enjoy playing
Except
video
for
games.
Kev.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Kev, get
So
out.
I want to go through everyone from left to right about what's your favorite video game and why it's your favorite video game. So Gus, go a little
I already
rant
know
off.
this one.
My favorite game, PS2, Sly Cooper, okay?
What?
Y'all don't know Sly Cooper?
No, it's gonna
you're
hear you
Say
wrong.
like Persona 5 or something.
Nah,
Sly
that's not-
Cooper?
that's not what I was gonna say.
So explain a little bit about it.
So Sly Cooper was you're a thief, right? You're like a raccoon, but you don't steal from people. You steal from thieves, right? Like popular thieves.
Oh, what's that one dude from?
And so you also have like this gang. You have this giant hippo who's like for some reason super strong, and then you have this smart but crippled turtle for I don't know what reason.
Diversity.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and so the main antagonist is this thing called Clockwork. It's this owl made of like these pieces, and so there's these bosses, right? They're trying to get like a lot of them. They all have like these pieces. That's what they've been stealing. One stole like the feathers, which he's like using it to like make more money, right? He's like printing money. And then like the second main bag was this smart rat girl who just ended up like crippling the turtle. That's like he was like they were dating, right?
Oh.
So yeah, she really did it to him.
I think we've all
That
been close
folks
by
is
a
an
girl when we were
abusive
in a
relationship.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was
we-
a fun game, though.
I think all of the gamers can agree you can get crippled by relationships sometimes.
I
So.
can't agree though. I can't relate.
Okay, well, Adrian, what was your favorite all-time
Favorite game?
all-time favorite game?
There's a few. Fire Emblem games, amazing. I didn't play through a lot of them though. I'd have to say Disgaea. Disgaea. It's a PS exclusive, which I'm really mad about. And the only reason I'd actually buy a PS4. But there's a bunch of them, and it's basically like Final Fantasy, but you get a whole bigger variety.
Yeah.
And it's really turn-based and tactical. I love tactical games. But all-time favorite have to be Disgaea.
Well, Elliot, what's going through your head listening to all these games?
Well,
What's
I
yours?
think his game sounds like something I've played on coolmathgames.com.
No.
It sounds exactly like a game from there.
At least I'm not the only one that was thinking.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Unless someone like took it out of
Rest in peace, Cool
I
Math
swear
Games,
I
ending
played that.
February
Yo,
20th,
oh my
2020. Can we get a little
I'm
proud?
not letting it happen.
Like unless someone took the game right and made like a cool maths like off-brand.
Well, they did that. They did that with Club Penguin, which I'm very proud about. I'm very happy.
Well, yeah, they brought it back, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Some guy made a copy of it.
Club Penguin Islands or whatever, right?
No, it's just Club Penguin.
Penguin.
Just Club Penguin.
That's just actually right now.
Once a company just like
Dies.
dies, they
Copyright.
don't really get a copyright anymore.
Oh, they have
Wait,
to
we could-
reapply.
Yeah, they have to reapply.
Yeah.
We could actually take the Club Penguin songs and use them for a commercial.
Well, check the
Yeah.
patents. They might go the artists
Actually,
instead of the companies.
But what's your favorite game, Elliot?
I don't play very many games anymore, but when I did play games, I'd play Minecraft and CS:GO mostly.
Oh,
I have
Minecraft.
a lot of hours in those games.
Man of culture.
Man of culture.
I've played a lot of games, but those two are my all-time favorites.
What was your highest rank in CS:GO?
I don't know. No.
Elliot was that one casual.
Well, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
last. So I'm gonna go last. So we'll go straight to Kevin.
Well, you know what? My absolute favorite game ever made is probably Happy Glass. The storyline behind it is just amazing. We got this poor little glass who grew up without parents.
Is he being ironic? I don't get it.
And no. Like the storyline behind it is amazing. Like this little glass grew up without. Why are you all laughing?
I don't get it.
And it's all metaphorically, like glass put water in it. It's kind of like being happy, right? So they got this glass and you're trying to put water in with all these.
Oh, is it like an
different
iPhone game?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh
So
yeah, I
you're
know
trying
that game. I know that game.
to- Yeah, you're trying to draw lines to get put the water in the glass so it
Why
can
are
be
you guys
happy.
laughing?
And the ending,
The way he's explaining it, yeah.
and the ending
It's
is
like
just
the meaning
so
of life.
emotional. I probably shedded a few tears because he finally found his parents. They weren't dead after all.
Oh my God, the glass found his parents,
And now
guys.
he can go on the rest of his life full of water, full of happiness.
Bro, I'm gonna stop.
I feel like that game isn't real, and we should all play. If it is, we should all play through it.
It's
the
called
most,
Happy Glass.
It's the most simplistic game but Kevin has made it so dramatic that a grown man could cry.
I'm actually about to cry.
Okay. We'll. Yeah. No, we're not. No, we're not going to Kevin ever again. So, Pedro.
Leave.
Pedro, what's your favorite game?
I'm not gonna be able to top Kevin, but I played through all of the Sonic games and almost all of the Zelda games, and out of all of that, I gotta say it was a huge waste of time, and I like Minecraft the best.
All the
You know what,
nostalgia.
What was that one Sonic racing game? That wasn't half
Sonic
bad.
Cars,
Even
like,
though,
something like
yeah,
that.
even though
I
it
would
was
know
a
it. Which one are you
ripoff,
talking
I
about?
kind of I
Sonic
enjoyed it.
Sega.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah.
I
There was
didn't
one
mind
of the racing games. It was actually really fun, but the only thing I didn't like about it is just that because it was really like an older type of game, you'd always have problems with like the FPS and all that, and it just wasn't fun. One thing I will say though, out of the Sonic series, there was one game from Sonic and also one game from Zelda that always got to me. I loved it. I love those games. I can still play them over again now, and like by heart, I know what to do for everything, right? And they were always really fun. It was the Sonic one. What was the name? It was one of the ones that came out in like I think it was like the mid 2000s, something like that. It was,
I know what you're talking
it was one of those. He's going on a quest through like different dimensions and stuff like
about. Sonic Generation?
yeah, typical Sonic, right? And then there's Zelda, which was one of the last Zelda games that has come out. He kills the Lancer. I hated that part because it was
Breath
so
of the
annoying.
Wild?
Yeah, Breath of the Wild. I hated it so much. I hated that part. I hate that boss fight with a passion because I could never get the buttons right. But that's great. Yeah, Minecraft is my favorite game now. Oh yeah. About the block.
Okay, then I'll go to mine. I did play a lot of Minecraft in my youth. It was probably the first game because I never had a playing like a game console except the Wii. Like when I first started gaming, I had Mario Kart on the Wii, and I aced every single gold medal on every single difficulty.
Same.
And
bro.
honestly, that Wii Sports. But then when I finally got my Xbox 360, I remember playing this one game very vividly, and it will always stay as my favorite game of all time. Would be the Dishonored series. Like the first Dishonored was my favorite game for as a kid, and it's just something just feels so cool about when you're a shadow assassin, and oh, you can teleport like onto roofs and stuff, and you have to like strategically think about what you're gonna do next. And then they actually made it really funny because at the end of the Dishonored game, like it makes you kill everyone because you're the assassin. It makes you kill everyone throughout the first game, and at the end you basically get the chaos ending because you killed everyone. You're like, what? How was I supposed to do it well? And then they basically make it so you want to replay it just to get the good ending, right? So I think I played through that game like 20, 30 times, honestly. And it was either that or that's my favorite game. It was either that or Just Cause 4. No, not Just Cause. I mean, Far Cry 4. Far Cry 4 is a great game too.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You know, here's you can go first.
Who here had either a DS or a Wii?
Oh my God, Nintendo
Okay,
DS.
so I don't know about you guys, but my favorite game for the Wii, Super Mario Galaxy 64.
64?
No, sorry, that's Super Mario 64.
Yeah, I had Super Mario Galaxy.
Super Mario Galaxy.
I never played through
I
it.
get them all confused.
Not gonna lie,
But-
on Wii, I was more of a Kirby fan.
That was like Super Mario Galaxy was amazing, and if any of you had a Game Boy, Pokemon Fire Red.
I never had a Game Boy, but I remember I got Pokemon White.
Yeah, Pokemon
And I
White was good.
As a kid, I didn't know how to play Pokemon, so I remember I only used one of my Pokemon, and I remember he was like level 160 or something like that.
Max is 100.
Something like that. He was really high. I think he was max. And I never used any of my other Pokemon, so it was like the rest of them were level 20s. And then when it got to the final boss battle, like the Champion League, my like the 100 level Pokemon died. I was screwed. So I remember I spent hours just trying to sink it to upgrade the other Pokemon. I couldn't. It was dumb, and I never finished that game. But I did finish Pokemon XY, and that is a good game.
I didn't mind the new 3D ones. They were alright. But I tell you, I did play Pokemon Diamond, and I got every single Pokemon to level 100 and every single Pokemon Shiny. I did
How many
that.
hours did you spend?
From at least 3 years.
At least 3 years. Fair enough.
Hours.
I was gonna say
Hours? Hours are for the weak.
And here's the worst part. Half the time when I was a kid, I forgot to save.
That's when you enter the final boss fight.
yeah, no-
without saving.
But
No.
the league was always harder the second time you did it. Like you could breeze if you had a level 100, you could breeze through the league as long as it was as long as you weren't too much at a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ash, no. Didn't he like finally win the?
yeah, it was
champion
after
thing?
like what is it? It's like
After
18 years later.
18
18
years.
18 years
something.
later.
And
He
he
finally
looks
got-
younger.
Yeah.
He looks younger, but they made him older. Like
Ash logic.
Yeah. Also,
anime logic.
a game that me and Gus have been getting into really recently, is me and Gus have been playing so much Overwatch.
Dude, if it was cross-platform, we wouldn't actually be coming to school.
No, we wouldn't.
honestly.
We would all be like master
Yeah.
level, like have so many competitive points and probably all golden weapons.
You ever just have 94% hook accuracy as an average? Yeah, me too.
And like every
can't-
game, it'd be either me or you got play a game. The other times it'd be like someone else. It's like they just, like like the Mora who just hit everyone.
Yeah, or a Bastion. Definitely a Bastion.
Dude, that's why I loved playing Genji because when it first came out, Bastion had
Yeah,
that
Bastion was
stupid
pretty-
shield.
Oh my God,
And
he's so
he was just good. So and because people didn't know how to time and timing the shooting and then the healing, you could just deflect it and kill them so easily. It's so much fun.
Yeah, but nowadays, if you're like a sniper, you can kind of like you can hear Genji use his thing. Like,
Yeah.
you can hear it from if you're a sniper across the map. You could still hear it as long as you're aimed in at them. So whenever unless you're really really dumb, like a lot of people just won't shoot and let him waste it. So
Well, here's an actual thing. I spent a month with Ella practicing this, and it was just to be random because you can, especially for a Widowmaker, because you can kind of tell how long it takes to get to that 100% charge.
yeah,
It's really easy to get the timing down, and so when because a lot of Widowmakers hold it right, the
Yeah.
shot, It's really easy to time the deflect to put it right back. The matter of the fact is just hitting their hitbox, because I believe it's smaller when coming back from a deflect.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Which
that's...
is, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I think it is.
Everyone's judging me, but like, all of my friends that play Overwatch are judging me because I'm a Reaper main. But it's
No.
just, it's the way, it's my style
what?
of play. It's
No,
my style
that's
of
not what
play.
I'm judging. We judge you because you will go off on your own trying to take out the entire
Yeah, I
team.
know.
That is a major flaw I do have, because I'd be like, oh, don't worry, guys. I'll go kill all of them, teleport behind enemy lines, sink about 3 shots into the back of an Orisa, and get domed by a Mercy of all people.
Did I tell you how I started playing snipers?
Like, which sniper? Ash or...
Hanzo. Because
Hanzo.
I first played Hanzo. I was playing this regular Overwatch with a few buddies.
Yeah.
And we were winning until this dude swapped to Widowmaker. And I was like, okay, I'll have a sniper battle with you. I didn't really play snipers though. I got destroyed so badly, I wanted to uninstall. He wiped our whole team as Widowmaker. We went 6 tanks and we still got crapped on. So much fun.
Oh yeah, I had a question. So, what do you think was the hardest moment in like sometimes in levels or in games you can't beat it? What was like the hardest thing for that?
Oh my god.
In what game?
I have to think about this.
Pedro,
I have mine that I spent like so long on, and I don't know why it was this
Yes.
hard. So in like one of the early Sly Cooper games, there was this point where there was a spider chick, right? And
We
she-
didn't make it.
No, like she was actually Spider, and
Spider.
she had kidnapped Murray, which was the hippo, right? So it was just you, like Sly and the turtle, but there was a point where you had to snatch the key off of her, right? Because in Sly Cooper you can, if you get like somewhat close enough, you can hold like circle to like pickpocket them enough times. But the thing is Sly Cooper uses that logic where it's like if you're looking right in front of an enemy, right? Like you could be in front. If you're not in that little radius of the light, they just don't see you. So there was a guy in the back of her and a guy right in front of her. And if you take one out, if it was like 10 seconds, another one would come out of nowhere. So you'd have to like rush to get the key. But if she noticed you, you have to restart.
So you have chosen death.
Exactly. So it was like the hardest thing, and you have to get like 3 of those.
I think my brother, he was a big fan of... My brother was an idiot. But he was a big fan of Super Mario, Crash Bandicoot, like a lot of games where you're kind of running from left to right or following a trail of some sort with enemies. And my brother would get to the point of where he kept dying. He would literally be there with tears streaming down his face, screaming, throwing controllers and such, because he lost. So then I remember I spent like 2 hours once trying to finish this one last little bit of a Crash Bandicoot level, just so, because he gave up. I felt bad for my brother, so I was like, okay, I'll do it, and it took me 2 hours.
Yeah, no. Crash Bandicoot, they made this like
it's
you
so
have to
hard.
either time the jump perfectly or you have to be like jump right off the edge or something like that. It's just like it's really like precise stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another scenario
The
where
hardest part of a game, does it have to be, can it be optional to do?
yeah, optional.
You guys want to hear my story about it?
Like if you're like
Oh no, Pedro's being quiet.
I want to kill myself. So basically, I go over to my buddy's house. It was supposed to be a sleepover that night, but I went home because I was so upset I literally couldn't, I couldn't do it. So I go over to his house, and he says, hey man, you want to play Age of Colossus? Or it was something like that,
yeah.
right? Yeah. You know the third behemoth?
yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus, that's right. That's what it's called.
Alright,
You remember that game? Alright, now I know what you guys know what I'm talking about.
Cool. Nice sword.
Shh. He was
Oh my
amazing.
God.
Right? He's great. He's awesome. So my buddy, I've never played this game before, right? But now that I'm here, I'm like, I'm gonna finish this game. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I can do it. So I'm like, all right, this is cool. This is fun. I'm going through it. I'm learning the controls as I'm getting like pistol whipped by this thing, right? So I'm learning all the controls and all that, and I'm there for a solid 4 hours, just getting clapped every single time.
Honestly, if you go into the Shadow of the Colossus without knowing how to actually play the game, it is so just like you want to tear out your hair because of how mad it
I don't
is.
understand though.
And I remember the water one. I played through the whole game. It's a great game.
Yeah,
the visuals are great.
It's amazing.
They what was it? What's the word for it? Like when
It's
they
way before its time.
yeah they redid it for PS4 and it's such a good game.
Yeah.
But the one where you're in the water and he drags you underwater and you drown because you can't swim up fast enough. It just oh my god like yeah.
See, most of them, most of the Colossus have like a secret tactic to do. Like the guy with the sword, you just have to wait for him to swing, and then you run up the sword.
I didn't know
Like
that.
that, yeah.
I didn't know that.
He says, "Are you challenge me?" and runs to the sword.
I can't beat you unless I get closer.
No, eventually I learned how to run away and kite things. But I still didn't understand how to attack, like with the weak points and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of there,
Oh,
like,
the
why
worst-
isn't this damaging?
The worst thing is when you're almost to the top of a behemoth,
Oh,
and then of a colossus. What's the
It's
plural of it? A
behemoth.
colossi? A colossi?
Colossi, yeah.
Yeah, when you're on the top of a colossi and you run out of grip and it shakes you off and you're all the way down at the bottom because the worst part about that is you have grip points. You have to
Right.
hold on as it shakes and it shakes every 30 seconds. Yeah. Oh.
You guys want to hear something cool about Shadow of the Colossus? So recently I started searching it up again because it was like nostalgic. This is like over a month ago though. So there was this, you know how they have like a lot of Easter eggs? This is a massive open world game way before its time, right? So there's a ton of Easter eggs in it, and apparently for like some 7-ish years, 6-7 years, these people were looking for an Easter egg, and then they made the new Shadow of the Colossus game or whatever, and the 8 Easter egg was there, right? The Easter egg everybody was looking for 6 years. This is like a Reddit forum with I think right around 1,000 pages, right? Because everybody's just talking about trying to find this Easter egg. It was crazy. I saw a whole video on it. It was like actually. It's the same.
The
I
Easter
can't
egg
believe
on
it.
Shadow of the Colossus for what?
Easter egg on Shadow of the Colossus. So there's, you know, how there's the gate or whatever, like the massive gate that you can't get through, right? So in the new game that they made for Shadow of the Colossus, or I think it was a rework. I don't know if it was actually a new game, but yeah, it was reworked, right? So they added in this part where it's like the door is now open and you can get in. But in the old Shadow of the Colossus game, if you went into the game files, there were things that you could find in there that would be like, there's something on the other side of the door. So there's got to be a way you can get in, right? So all these dudes, all of them started hunting for this Easter egg, this what they thought was an Easter egg, right? And in Shadow of the Colossus, there's supposed to be like how many behemoths are there? I forget.
12.
There were
12.
supposed to be 13 behemoths to signify the 13, right?
Yeah.
And the 13th one was supposed to be over by like where the water, like in the middle of the map, right? So they started like finding all these like crazy coincidences and stuff in the game, right? And the creator of the game, I forget what his name is, but he's done other things where he makes these like absolutely crazy to find like Easter eggs, and it's wild, and people love it. They loved it, right? And not to mention the fact that there were already a ton of Easter eggs in Shadow of the Colossus, right? That you could find stuff like.
Oh, there was a ton.
Yeah, like the torch and like everything. It was so. Cool.
They had what was that game where you had this like creature, but it had like wings and horns? It was kind of like a
Spyro.
raccoon. No, it was a raccoon but wings and horns. What was?
A raccoon with wings.
What was
and
Jack?
horns.
Jacksepticeye had a playthrough of it. It was like a little boy with this
Oh, the Eye
giant
of
monster.
Isaac or whatever.
I know what you're
No,
talking
not
about. I
Isaac.
don't remember the name of it though.
Yeah. Well, whatever the name of it is, in Shadow of the Colossus, they were made by the same people.
Yeah.
So when you're in the forest level, there's a tiny, just like a little burrow. You go in there, and then there's one of the barrels that you feed to the big. You feed to the big guy, like in there.
That's cool.
And then there's so much. The best thing about Shadow of the Colossus is when you kill a behemoth, you instantly get teleported back to the middle, the castle. And the best thing is when you're like going back out to find another behemoth, you'd be going by and then you look down into this giant where the sea was, and you'd see the body of a behemoth you killed, and it has sand all over. It looks like just like time's wearing down on it. Yeah, it's
As
really,
I said, it was way before its time with the graphics.
It was.
It's crazy.
and about the
That's-
AI too. The AI was
Yeah.
insane.
Like, and it was an open world game too. It's not like it was a path. You'd spawn at the castle. There was only one path you could unlock. Go over there. No, it was open world. You could
Yeah.
go where you wanted.
Yeah.
And it was crazy, right?
The sad part of the game was actually killing the Colossus.
Yes, because they weren't doing anything
Yeah, they were
wrong.
just,
Exactly, you
living,
find out
they were
at the end
just,
of the game,
there. Yeah, they were just like chill, relaxing. They just come out here with a sword trying to
You just,
stab them.
exactly. You just want to be cool.
Yeah.
But you guys know at the start of Shadow of Colossus, there's like that cutscene or whatever, and there's like the hanging gardens or whatever that. They found that. That was an Easter egg that you can get to. It's
Oh.
at like the top of the map. You go up one of the cliffs or whatever, and they found it. It was crazy. It was actually insane.
I think we've been rambling about Shadow Colossus for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of change it up, but I want to go into like a similar topic and just go to what's your favorite movie. So we'll start with Gus if you would.
Actually, go with me last. I don't remember my favorite movies.
Okay, so then we'll start with Pedro then. Well, actually, does anybody actually have it in their head? Because so then the rest of us can think about it.
Oh, I have one.
Okay, well then Pedro, start it as the rest of us think.
So back when I was like a little kid, I was like 7 years old, 8 years old, and the first movie I ever watched in like this country, like the English-speaking countries, was El Dorado, right?
Oh.
I love that movie, man. It had my attention the whole way through. I loved it. It was actually amazing. So that's my favorite movie.
What's it about?
So El Dorado is like, there are these two dudes that are, they're very crackheadish. But anyways, so yeah, they're, typical like main characters, right? And it's really funny, and they don't have any musical numbers unlike current Disney, and that's why I don't watch Disney, but whatever. So, yeah, it was really fun, and then they go to the new world. Yeah.
Oh, you meant the animated version. I was like, what's this film?
No,
The Road to El Dorado.
The Road to El Dorado,
that was
that's
so
right.
much fun, that film.
Oh my god, Tulio.
That was a good, and the little armadillo boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The one who wins gets sacrificed. Yikes.
But, I'm trying to think. I think my favorite film, I've been just a big fan of the Avengers film ever since I was like a little kid. I remember watching the first Avengers and just being like, superheroes? What? What is this thing you've invented? And now look where Stan Lee is now, huh? Yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't.
We have a special guest today, Stan Lee.
Oh, it makes me sad. Stanley was a hero, man. Yo, put him off the set. That's insulting a legend.
Or you can put
The
him right
prop
there.
table.
Wait, is this a Marvel movie? Any Marvel movie?
No, put it away. No, great.
Alright, I think I know my movie now.
Oh yeah, we got Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yo, we also got Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Can you do a quick zoom in of Dwayne the Rock Johnson? Oh, he's so beautiful, dude. Look how chiseled he looks. Oh, and Elliot, do you want to show your new belt buckle? You want to show your new belt buckle off to the camera? You can go and show it off to the camera.
I am not getting up. It's too much work. You can.
Well, you can't really see it. You go.
What is this? Wait, let me see.
Says I'd rather be
fishing than Sue Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elliot is more of the redneck of the group. He's more of the,
Yeah.
He's where we're gonna get all of our viewers from
Probably
the
the most.
Yeah.
So wait,
My pants are covered in fish guts right
Sage,
now.
to go back on the subject we literally just swapped off of.
Yeah.
The most frustrating part of a game, and call me an idiot, but way back when I first got my Xbox, I ran through Borderlands 1, right? I beat it. And then Borderlands 2 comes out. I'm like, so I play it. Who's here's played Borderlands 2?
Borderlands.
At least
part
to
of
the
it.
beginning. Have you got to Sanctuary?
Yeah, we catch a ride.
Okay, so you know where you have to go into the mountains to find Corporal Reese
Yeah.
to get the power core? I couldn't find that spot. And I got so mad I dropped the game for years. And then I went back. I spent at least 3 weeks looking. I couldn't get it. But it was an area objective. I couldn't get to it. And I just feel like such an idiot right now because I can just speedrun the game in like 3 hours.
Alright, let's go back to the movie.
Okay, well, back to the movies. Yeah.
I think I have mine.
What's yours?
I got
Well, my favorite movie series would be the scary movies, right? 'Cause
Oh, those are just fun.
Yeah.
I feel like the only one that I fully like, the only one that we really laughed about, like when we watched them all on New Year's, was the first one. The first one's so funny.
What's up?
What's that?
But I think as a kid, my favorite movie, like even until like a couple of years ago, my favorite movie was like Lilo and Stitch, just because of Stitch. I don't know why.
Yeah, Stitch in it. But yeah. So the Avengers is, I think it's gone now. But I like, dude, the new SpiderMan movies. Damn, they're so like, I don't know why.
Watch them. I don't like it.
Or are we bringing
Okay.
up Spider-Man?
Bro,
Yeah.
Tom
Okay.
Holland's the best
What? Okay. I would like everyone's thoughts on who is the best Spider-Man: Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or my boy Tom Holland.
Honestly,
So
I'm not gonna lie, I prefer Tom Holland.
Tom Holland is the living
He's so
embodiment.
relatable.
He's the living embodiment.
Honestly.
Tobey Maguire was just weird. Andrew Garfield, he was too like upfront, like him.
I liked
Okay.
Andrew.
Yeah, but he was a good Spider-Man, but the bit that he didn't capture Peter Parker was he was too upfront. Like he actually got a girlfriend, which is not the Spider-Man way.
No,
crazy.
Spider-Man
Single for life.
but,
Did you hear that Tom Holland would be happy if they made Spider-Man gay? Which
I really doubt that.
That's cool. That like a few months ago, that was
He-
a
Where
big
have you
thing
heard-
going
Did he
around.
say that? I never saw this.
There was a big thing going around a few months ago about
man probably saw
him
this on
saying
Instagram.
This
that. No,
man-
it was on some sort of news feed. It was probably bull.
Guys,
Let me just go to what is it? What was that? What's the news that keeps abusing PewDiePie? Vice News, everyone. Vice News.
But it kind of takes
mean
away
Fox
from the
News?
whole
I'm sorry.
Spider-Man
No, Fox
thing,
News
'cause
is the one-
isn't it is like
Fox News is
love
good.
that Mary Jane
News,
girl.
yeah.
Fox is good because it has they're the people
very
that
far
basically
right.
guys go back.
Victor, you say something. You can't be racist.
Back to favorite movies.
But yeah, no, it's like.
Yeah, no, you guys didn't
I got
answer.
my favorite movie.
What's your favorite movie?
Absolutely the best movie of all time, the first Iron Man. Set the
That was
whole
good.
stage for the Avengers. Come on.
Okay.
Like, if that didn't go off, we'd have none of the Avengers movies, and
Honestly-
it'd stay a comic book line.
Honestly,
But-
Robert Downey Jr.
killed it.
He killed it. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally, he killed it.
So many people hate him though.
Why do people hate
No.
I don't know. I love Iron
Ching
Man.
Chong, they're wrong.
him? Dude, okay.
All right, go
Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. had the best. Well, he had the best. Like he was in a big slump before he got in the Iron Man movies. I remember he was doing a lot of doing a lot of cocaine. He was doing drugs and bad stuff. He was making a lot of bad choices after he was in a couple TV shows, and then he fixed his life. And then now he's doing really well. He's probably I think he's getting an Oscar. There's no way he's not getting an Oscar.
Dude, but how they set the Iron Man movies, just one after two,
No.
which set the line for everything, was done fantastically.
Phase 1.
Like,
Iron Man 3 wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't the
Iron
best
Man
movie.
3 was okay,
It was
but nothing
okay.
tops the first one.
No, yeah.
The first one.
The first movie of every single superhero franchise is probably the best one. Like the first Avengers, the first Captain America, they're all the best.
I was never a big fan
actually-
of Captain America.
The first one was good because
No,
it,
I
like,
like the movies, but him as a character, I just,
No,
I
no,
just
no.
didn't really like
Yeah.
You're saying all Avenger first movies are the best. Captain Marvel.
Oh, never mind.
Does that count though? Does it really count?
Okay.
You know what though? Everybody was saying that the reason people didn't like Captain Marvel was because it had a female lead.
No.
Wait, that's not the
That's
reason.
not the reason.
It
why.
just sucked.
Okay.
You know what? They changed the
They,
Rotten
they
Tomatoes
made
rating
they
for
made
it, too.
guys after Infinity War they made a full like 3-hour feature long film for Captain Marvel to have 15 minutes of screen time in Endgame. Like what was the point?
Like one.
Dude, you know
No,
what?
you're smart.
The best fight in Marvel, I haven't watched Endgame, so I don't know.
Oh
but
my God.
For me personally, was I forget which movie it was in, but the one where Iron Man fought Captain America one-on-one.
Civil War.
Civil
yes.
War,
Civil
yeah.
War.
And Captain America beat him. And then Iron Man was kind of just like, yeah, that's not happening again. And then the next time it showed off, he completely destroyed Captain America.
'Cause-
Like a comeback though,
Wait,
it was just amazing. Iron Man.
Yeah, but what was where did he absolutely destroy him after?
It wasn't.
I think he didn't have his suit.
No.
But
No, because
It wasn't like complete.
Because after Civil War happened, Captain America and Iron Man, they just never talked to each other.
Yeah, no.
They never ever talked to each other again until Infinity War, where he's like, "I'm gonna have to call up an old friend."
Yeah,
And then,
I
yeah.
love that
It's
part.
like, to
though.
be fair, someone arrests you. Would you really want to talk to them again?
I mean,
No.
Well-
depends. Are they your officer?
I thought that Civil War was stupid. I didn't.
It was a pretty dumb film.
For
No,
the
but it was good to
story,
watch, though.
it was good to watch, but
'Cause
for
they
the
brought in-
story and how it brought it in,
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
They brought in a new villain just to be like, "Hey, I'm normal. I just triggered this one guy and he started killing people," and I'm just like, "Eight."
You know what's really good? Age of
He's
Ultron.
basically this. He was just this
Ultron.
soldier.
Oh, the guy that gets really small. No,
No,
that's the
he's
Ant-Man film.
no, he was
My bad.
he was this soldier. He was an ex-soldier. His parents died in Sokovia in Age of Ultron.
He's talking about.
No, I mean his no
We're talking about
shit.
Civil War, right?
He's talking about Buddy.
No, I'm talking about the enemy, the bad guy in Civil War. His family dies in Sokovia,
Yeah, I know, his
and then
name
he
is Bucky.
makes it his mission to destroy the Avengers. He makes it his mission because he blames it all on the Avengers.
Yeah, it was.
I don't remember
So
that villain.
he's trying to split them up on the inside. I don't know. He wasn't in it for long.
Yeah, I don't.
But that was the first time we ever saw Black
You're talking
Panther.
about the guy. Oh wait, you're talking about Black Panther?
No, we're talking about
that was the first time they ever showed him in
You're
Civil
talking
War.
about
Yeah.
Bucky.
yeah, Bucky, but he wasn't the villain. It was the guy triggering Bucky, which
Yeah.
You know what?
He's
You know
like
what?
a sleep agent.
he was like a he was
He was
he
mind
was a,
controlled, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't. He was an agent that blamed his death of his family in Sokovia. He was out of Sokovia on his tour.
Sure Bucky was mind
Well,
control.
no, we're
Oh, Bucky was mind control.
Yeah.
Yeah,
by the,
Bucky was mind control.
The Nazis.
Yeah,
That's
that's well. It's
Well, they weren't the Nazis. They were.
Hydra.
Yeah,
Well, they were the expedition team of the Nazis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
So they were Nazis.
Oh, by the way, boys, have y'all heard about the new season of Stranger Things coming out?
I've never watched Stranger
I've never
Things.
watched
Just one that came out.
No,
Yeah.
it's
I don't
a
get the
series,
hype.
Right? It's like
Yeah.
seasons, right?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
season
but didn't
4
a
coming out.
season just come out?
Season
Yeah,
3,
season
it came
3,
out a while ago. But in season 4, it was like I saw the trailer of it yesterday, and it was like we're no longer in Hawkins, so this is no longer happening in the town.
Oh, they might just be all up in the Upside Down.
Boy,
In the sea.
Well,
the new Dead by Daylight.
oh. Okay, I've never watched any of Stranger Things. I was going to, but I just never did.
It's pretty
But
good, like around season.
I did start.
can't get
I
past
did
the
start a
first
really good series today. I started listening to other podcasts. Like I listened to the Misfits podcast. They recommended this show called Black Mirror,
Yeah.
and I was like,
That's what we were
oh,
talking about before.
yeah, I know.
Sorry,
I was like,
Alex,
oh,
that was
this.
the one we were watching in business.
Yeah, it was like, oh, they always recommended it because it's just this weird, like sci-fi kind of stuff that everything goes wrong in the end, and there's always a big twist. And I watched the first episode, and like the cinematography is amazing, the acting is really good, the stories aren't even that bad, and it's terrifying.
The first one was weird. I really liked the second one.
The second one was so cool,
I loved it.
but I still don't understand what they were powering.
I don't know.
Wait, what? Sorry, I zoned out.
In the second episode, like. This is spoilers, but it's been out for like 2 years.
Black Mirror?
Black Mirror. Yeah, but the second episode's when they're all in their boxes,
Yeah.
and then they
They
let
get
out.
paid for bicycle.
Yeah, they get paid for they're basically cycling, and they're getting paid this currency for cycling, which is basically making power for whatever the thing is. Yeah, and they're using this money. Anyways, this guy has a lot of money because his brother died, and he just kept cycling, and he spent. And then basically he spent all of it on this.
15 million.
Yeah, 15 million units. He spent all of it on this one girl, and the girl didn't dump him by force. She had to abandon him, and she went she didn't want to be on the lower form because there was the highers and the lowers, and to move up she had to do some pretty bad stuff.
Basically, he bought her a ticket to go on their version of what you'd see as like America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And then it just de-escalated from there. And then I like that he brought himself back up and then re-earned that
Oh,
to go
yeah.
and do it himself.
And
And
then-
then he went on to the show himself
And pretended
after another
that-
15 million.
Yeah.
And then he forced them to listen to them
With a piece of glass. Like, he planned that whole thing out. It was really good. Like
And
he had
acting in it too. That was really good.
the acting in it, and because the guy who was starring the second episode, he was the main character of Get Out, the Jordan Peele's horror film.
I didn't watch Get Out.
It was a really weird. It was a strange film, but it was a good film. Like it's
I
about
watched that film. It was
it was about it's about they take black people to this very white town, and then they take out the brains of the black people and then put the brains of the old white people to make them, because they always say black people are always, because the people were there, like they wanted just freshly new bodies to live in, and they said black people are like they're stronger and they are still like
They didn't
they're
take their
stronger
brains
faster.
out. They transferred the consciousness, didn't they?
No, they took the brains out.
took
They
the brains
surgically
out,
put the
yeah.
brains out. Yeah.
I don't remember a lot about that. I watched it like way back when it first
Yeah,
came
it
out,
was-
so I don't remember a lot about
Sounds-
it.
It wasn't scary. It was just like it was the freak factor, just the weirdness of
Like, it
everything.
was really happy-go-lucky at the start, like she's gonna go meet her parents and stuff, and then you get there and it's just like,
Yeah.
wow, I want to leave.
It was the same with
I need
With
to
his-
go now.
yeah, with his newest horror film. I forget what it was called. It was called Us,
Yeah, that's what
and it
I'm
was
talking
basically a copy of everyone in the United States
about. It was like
underneath.
your shadow, right? It was your shadow.
Yeah, but it's like a copy of everyone
Yeah.
because it was the United States tried to. It's a good film, but they basically.
Clones.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was literally gonna say
they basically ruined the. They didn't ruin it. It was a good, like a very cool concept, but they explained it very badly. So they could have explained it better, and the film would have been better. But it's basically the United States tried to control the U.S. citizens, so they made a copy of everyone. They basically made clones, and through the clones, They tried to control people. It didn't turn out working. So they just left all these people they just left them underground in these underground tunnels.
Yeah.
And anyways, in the beginning, one of them runs into another one.
Yeah. Like,
And then there's a big twist in the end, which I'm not going to spoil.
Oh yeah. No.
But yeah, it's basically everyone, like all the clones are coming up and they're uprising the end is not, I don't like the end. The end is not very good.
Literally, they all start
Hey,
twisting.
Here's the thing. If you saw it, right, you know how it goes like it's just like a clone of yourself, right? But it's trying to kill you. What would you do there? Would you try to fight it or run? Because think about it, it's
I'd
as
run.
fast as you, and if you fight it, it's as strong as you. You're not gonna get anywhere if you
I'd
fight
run.
it.
Well, it depends. Does
You'd
it
fight
is it-
yourself?
I'd
Does
run.
it have
I'd run.
does it have your consciousness? So like how
No,
you
it-
would fight?
It has
Or it
less.
has
wait.
its own.
It has less of your consciousness. Let's
Okay,
say,
no,
but
then I'd destroy it. Yeah.
let's say like the husband.
No, it's like a Neanderthal. It just all knows is fight
Yeah.
and kill.
The-
You're gonna run.
the
It's not
husband's
sympathetic to you.
I wouldn't run.
the husband's clone. The husband's clone. It was really dumb. He didn't know how to talk. He just basically like talked in grunts and stuff like that. But the husband's clone was stronger than him. So I guess he has the disability of like learning and talking and like doing things, but he's like physically stronger.
Learning
Just same as the little girl's clone. She was just really creepy. She just always smiled, but she was faster than her.
It might be like reverse of you, man. Like somewhat like reverse of you.
Not somewhat of
Well,
reverse.
no.
Just benefit them on more on the
Wait, no, guys.
muscular level than intelligence.
If they're a copy of you, right, and then they're left down there for a while, that means they develop different from you from the
Oh,
moment
yeah,
they were
yeah.
copied. So obviously, if you're living down in tunnels and stuff, you're gonna have like either you're gonna lose your vision or you're gonna have better vision. There's no in
Night
between.
vision.
They have your traits, but they don't have the same as you. Yeah.
Exactly. So then, like, if you're living down in tunnels, you're gonna have like better vision. You're gonna be stronger. You're gonna be faster. You're gonna be more resourceful, right?
Okay.
So- yeah.
Continue.
So it's like fighting a shark in water. You gotta be really lucky and punch it in the nose.
Okay. Well, this has been a very. I actually like this episode because we all got our little. We all got our little voices in about our different things. You know a little bit about ourselves.
Disappointing these two right here.
All right.
Kev didn't say a word the whole
Now
time.
that I think about it, Kevin didn't
He
say a
hasn't
lot.
said anything since his happy glass.
Kevin's an extra.
I really looked over at Kevin. Kevin's
Honestly,
like this.
I kind of like the idea of less people in the podcast, which is gonna happen because it's gonna be like Gus is moving soon, so he might not be here.
I could go to
No,
the
Gus.
No, you won't leave
No,
the school.
guys.
Sacrifice him.
No, but Gus, I'm just saying like what do you mean, Kevin?
Kevin.
Kevin.
That's why you're supposed to just
See,
sit
but
there.
Kev has.
This is why you just sit there.
Yeah, but we this has been a very good podcast. Like we've all got our little bits in. We've all spoke. Like we haven't been talking over each other or stuff like that. Sometimes we have, but a lot less than the first time we've done this.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
then again, we also have less
Happy glass.
I mean,
last time you were like.
The last time we were just messing around.
Yeah, last time was just jokes.
ain't nobody took that seriously. Just be honest.
Yeah, but I think this has been going on for a good maybe an hour now.
It's an hour.
A good hour. So we're gonna. I think we should end it off here, guys. So does anybody have anything else to say before we get this shit over?
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah,
In
okay.
Avengers,
You can't talk.
there's the part where Captain America gets dinged by Thor's hammer. That was the part that I loved the most out of that. I wanted to say it earlier.
Wait,
That's the
I
part that
still
got
need
me
to
into it.
express how much I hate how many people can now pick up Thor's hammer.
All right.
Okay,
next
now
episode.
everyone shut up. We'll see you all in the next episode of the Scuffed Podcast. Bye.
Yay!